When Chelsea fans think about Barcelona, it is tears, it is misery, it is the sense of failure. We put it in their DNA. We embedded it there. With the codex, we put the code there. And you know, once Debe, always Debe. Anytime, the Okafor's law. Once you Bewa, you can always Bewa. And they know that. And that is what pains Chelsea fans till today, that they will always be our lapdog.
There's a saying that if you're a Chelsea fan, you can never like Barcelona and vice versa, because these two basically have some bad blood between them over the course of football history. But which of these two clubs will we say have come out better for this rivalry? This is Crossfire, brought to you by Lives Comment. I am Anishilowo, Jimmy Anishilowo, and today I'm here with Tunde and Tosin to discuss who has come out better with the rivalry between Chelsea and Barcelona. So, Tosin, who do you think has had the best of the rivalry between Chelsea and Barcelona?
That's a very good question. And obviously, like, as you can see, the smile on my face, reminiscing about the glory days, it brought so much joy to my heart, you know, making sure that Chelsea fans went to bed in tears. There's no better feeling. Even winning the Champions League did not compare, honestly, because making Chelsea fans cry is such a special feeling, and very few people actually can say they did that at a very, very high level. And in those days, obviously, they were flush with Russian cash with Roman Abramovich, and they felt they could rub heads with the European elites, you understand? And they always kept meeting Barcelona, and we always had to keep sparring them. Every time they brought their head up, we sparred them down again. And it was such a memorable feeling, because
Of course.
in 2006, I remember, especially because in 2005, when we met them, Jose Mourinho did all his antics. He was suspended for the second leg, but was able to go through around the whole circumvention and was able to speak to his players. And they were able to cruise to the Champions League semi-final, where they eventually met Liverpool, and Liverpool knocked them out. So when we met them again in 2006, obviously Mourinho always had this thing for Barcelona, because we never gave him, we always refer to him as the translator. We never gave him the opportunity to coach the team. And for whatever reason, he always despised us, and he came back to Barcelona. And when we played a 1-1 draw at the Camp Nou, he was already confident that his team was going to go through, only for us to go to Stamford Bridge and shock the world. Not shock the world in reality, but like, for ourselves, we know we could always handle this thing. But for Chelsea fans, they were so loud, they were so proud. They felt they were robbed the year before, and this was their year. And seeing Drogba cry, seeing Lampard cry, seeing all these guys cry, you understand? They needed hugs from their parents, from their wives. Seeing Chelsea fans in the streets, most of them they're not good to do, mostly Agberos and the rest. Seeing them cry, you understand, it was such a joyful feeling. But what was actually better? Recreating that feeling again in 2009. Recreating that feeling of hopelessness in Chelsea fans, and making their fans grovel, especially after the shenanigans they pulled in the first leg, where we were robbed.
Then you pulled your own in the second leg.
If I knock you something, where's my worker? What we did in the second leg,
okay,
everybody was against us.
Except the referee.
The officiating, the whole of Europe, everybody was against us.
Except the referee.
They were like, we are going to rob these guys blind.
Except the referee.
How would the referee be with us when he actually red carded us? We were literally down to 10 minutes. Have you forgotten?
I'm supposed to be partial, yes.
I'm giving you an education on.
I'm supposed to be impartial, yes.
We know you're a Chelsea cocksucker, but what are we going to do about that? But that's why I'm saying that, like, I feel your pain.
Right.
I'm not going to give you a hug, but I feel your pain.
Okay.
And
give me a...
that trauma We embedded it in the DNA of Chelsea.
Okay.
We placed it. There's a placeholder. When Chelsea fans think about Barcelona, it is tears, it is misery, it is the sense of failure. We put it in their DNA. We embedded it there with the codex. We put the code there, and once Debe, always Debe. Anytime the Okafor's law. Once you bewa, you can always bewa. And they know that, and that is what pains Chelsea fans till today, that they will always be our lapdog. Whatever their history, whatever they accomplish, they will always be known as the toddler to Barcelona. We carved out what is the modern day Chelsea after years of disciplining them.
Are you done?
I'm not done. I know you want me to be done. But let's just relive that 2009.
No. I mean, are you done?
Let's just relive that 2009. What that feeling? That
don't relive it. We have talked about 2009. But are you done with the?
Let me hear what he has to say. Let me hear what he has.
2012.
Let me. Are you the debater?
No.
You see that trauma.
All right. Thank you.
Did you burn clothes that night?
Tunde, please, who do you feel as had the better of the rivalry between Chelsea and Barcelona?
Before I say anything, first of all, I need to specify that I don't think NDLA is aware of the kind of drugs this is on. I don't think that any drug agency has. You are on a special type of, you're on designer crack. For all the things that you just said now, I could not make heads or tail of whatever I was saying, just saying bunch of mumbo jumbo. But at the end of the day, I will always come with facts. He said Barcelona, European elite, Chelsea want to rub shoulder with the elite. Barcelona, new taker. By the time I started watching football, Barcelona and Arsenal had no past like this. When did Chelsea become Chelsea as we know it? Like when Abramovich bought the club in 2003. But so 2004 when appointed Jose Mourinho. So at that time, when Chelsea started being Chelsea, like they started having fans in Nigeria, people started paying serious attention, people started taking themselves as a big club. Barcelona had one Champions League at that time. How did Barcelona go from 1 to 5? Now, let me tell you. It's because first is first. I like to give reverence to where it is due. First is first. All glory to God Almighty, the author or finisher of our
project.
And in this case, I'm not even referring to the actual God, even though he is God. I'm referring to Lionel Messi. If you have the greatest footballer the world has ever seen, who played his peak years, and even one of those years he scored 91 or 92 goals, whatever the record was, you should at least wait for Champions League titles. But not only did Barcelona have that, they now had the added advantage of that time things never still tight, so they're still outside. They had the advantage of just outpaying you for the referees. It doesn't mean that Chelsea is not trying to pay the referees. It's just, no worry, you bid for first leg. Me, I go bid for second leg. When we see who go make this referee happy pass. See, not even Barcelona is my eyes as a Chelsea fan. But I like to say that Chelsea came out of the rivalry smelling clean as roses. All right, now we played Barcelona 2004, 2005. The Ronaldo Barcelona, Messi was a youngster. We kicked the shit out of him. And they had Ronaldo goal that everybody likes. The one that I stood one place, I was doing this is cultural dance. I want go, man. It was in that match. They lost though. They don't used to tell you that they lost that match. We beat them 4-2. They don't talk about. They conveniently remove the fact that we load them. But now only that goal they show. They don't ever show Lampard's goal from that near the touchline. Lampard scored one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in my life. From that, like literally on the touchline, he scored. I'm sure you don't even know the goal because they don't talk about it. Why? It's them. Then PRFC. We faced them again the very next year, 5-6. Also in the round of 16, they beat us on that occasion. The next season we faced again, but it was in the group stages. We won one, they won one, or I think one was a draw. Basically, it's been a back and forth encounter. Before we then go to 2009, and everybody minus Tosin knows what happened in 2009. I mean, 2009, even the devil was like, Abba. Like, there's no. I watched both legs. He's right. Chelsea got some very favorable calls in the first place. First leg ended goalless. We didn't score, but like Barcelona should have had 2 penalties in the first leg. I watched the game. We had on our yellow kits at the game now. Rivalry was his usual wasteful side whenever a match of importance is happening. But if he catch Portsmouth, but like obviously, I'm not sweeping that on that wrong. That did happen. But what happened in the second? it will be like if I walk up to you, I tear you slap. You don't do anything. I just walk up to you, I slap you. Hot one. Everybody be, why you slap me? But you now respond
with cutlass
by shooting me in the face. When we go to jail inside the when we go to jail inside the that's exactly what happened. I kid you not. I kid you, that was still the worst game I've ever seen. In fact, it was the first and only time before and after then that I've ever seen a referee retire from football because of one game. Rebel was not planning to retire before that game. He just got paid so well.
Got their attention.
I know.
Settle.
Only fans after what's it there again? What's it they find again? The payments joker. No, like it's. I'm not even going to lie. 2009 traumatized because we should have won that. We should have won that. And if we probably won that, we have gone to the final. It was after losing. No, it was after that. Then we went to the final and lost to United. If I'm not mistaken.
No, it was after. It was after that. That was 2009.
08, you lost to United.
We lost to United. And 2009. We played Barcelona. So it was like back to back trauma. But as God will have it, who doesn't forsake his own? We wait for them in 2012. Is that 2012? People like him thought they had us dead to rights. Even me, I did not think we were going to let me know that because we were not good at that time. At least the other, the run of games when we played Barcelona, Chelsea was Chelsea. By that 2012, we are not doing anything. Then survived the first leg, even though Barcelona did not really do much, but we too, we did not exactly light up the world. Survived the first leg, going to the second leg, Terry gets sent off like first 3 minutes of the game, which was not a red card, my diehard. Then we were playing a man down with a squad that's not good against the best team in the world at that time, away from home. Everyone thought it was done, but as God will have it, Torres chose the right time to repay his 50 million debts, and everybody's happy. Me, actually, I know I was happy. So if you look at the sequence of events, I think Chelsea got the best of that rivalry. It's tight. And even Barcelona fans don't even like to admit it's a rivalry. They always have rivalry with the small club, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, Barcelona fans think about Chelsea more than they do Real Madrid. Barcelona fans don't even act like Espanyol exists. And that's the actual rivalry. They are literally in the same city. They can trek from Camp Nou to Espanyol Stadium, but they don't acknowledge them. But it's Chelsea that's always on their mind. They're always watching Chelsea when the Chelsea are playing other teams. So I think that Chelsea got the best of that rivalry. I'm not going to count 2017 because Chelsea was not Chelsea anymore at that time. Trash, and they beat us rightfully so. But like in the period in consideration, from that 2004, that first meeting to 2012, even though technically both teams won the same amount of games, I think Chelsea got the, because when we beat them, we go on to win it. 2012 we beat them, went on to win it. Technically, they did go on to win it 2009 because United are useless.
There is a useless already start. All right, so person, let's leave the club and go into the players, especially the defense. So between
Going to players.
let me get into my thing.
Wow. Go ahead, get into
Between Gerard Pique and John Terry, who you say has the better legacy as a defender?
I mean, those rivalries were very, very pivotal. And obviously, I already mentioned that what the trauma we caused to Chelsea. But if you are to compare the legacies of John Terry and Gerard Piqué, here's just the simple truth. Let me just break it down for you. John Terry is a Premier League great. The
Okay.
Premier League great. Gerard Piqué is a world great, one of the greatest players, one of the greatest defenders to ever play the game. And the reason is that John Terry never did anything outside the Premier League. Apart from heading balls away against Stoke City and Portsmouth, Swansea, when it really mattered, where was he? When it really mattered against Manchester United in 2008, where was John Terry? When it really mattered in 2009, where was John Terry? When it really mattered in 2012, as he said, John Terry was sent off. Like when he mattered, I can't even talk about John Terry because he was not there, but he was shit. He's one of the two. And that's even just Champions League. We are not talking about their country career, because we know that Gerard Piqué was the foundation of the defense that propelled the golden Spanish era that won the Euros, the World Cup, the Euro. He was the foundation of that defense. I'm not even going to go into their accomplishments with the national team. The accomplishments with the national team, they don't even, it's disrespectful. I find it very, very disrespectful to compare John Terry to Gerard Piqué, especially in the international side. If you look at their careers in terms of the club side, Piqué is still exponentially ahead. Because
I know the meaning of exponentially, so
I will
calm down.
One of the things I will get in my dictionary. We'll revisit that after the show. But John Terry, obviously with the PR marketing of the Premier League and the Chelsea brand, was able to play alongside a lot of world-class defenders like Ricardo Carvalho, who held his hand time and time again. There was a time, I'm not even going to play with, because some people will tell you that Gary Cahill is good, some people will tell you that William Gallas is good, some people will tell you that what's the name of this other, Kozuma was good, who eventually replaced him in the squad. Time and time again, he always had that secondary defender who was either an international or a key component for that Chelsea side. If you look at the history of Gerard Piqué, ever since he left Manchester United and came back to Barcelona, the foundation of the Barcelona defense, because everybody remembers that we had a fluid midfield and defense. And people give credit where they do. Everybody always they talk about Messi in glowing lights. They talk about Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, that triumvirate. What they do not know is that Piqué was the foundation on which the defense of Barcelona rested. For 5 different seasons in La Liga, Barcelona conceded the least goals. For 5 different seasons, Barcelona had the most clean sheets. This is the same guy that will tell you that Victor Valdez is not really that good. He will tell you. But how is Victor Valdez keeping all these clean sheets? How did they win the Zamora Award 4 times? How did Ter Stegen win the Zamora Award? How did Claudio Bravo win the Zamora Award? Who is the guy that is saying, you guys go forward? I'm here. Knowing how, you know that like how well Barcelona like to play on the offensive, how much we like to take the initiative and take the game to the opponent and dominate possession. Who is the guy that said, Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi, you guys go forward, I'm at the back? Who is the guy? It's Gerard Piqué. He set the tone. He gave Messi, he gave Iniesta, he gave Xavi, Busquets the license to go forward and express their freedom. Be themselves. You guys be creative.
Jago and change.
You guys be creative. You guys do whatever you guys need to do. Be skillful. Multiply. You understand? Don't worry. I will stay at the back. I will clean up everything. And that is the legacy of... You can't count one good defender that Gerard Piqué played with aside Carlos Puyol, who was in the winning years of his career. from Chigirinsky to a makeshift defender in Mascherano to an Umtiti that I'm not even going to, whatever the case is, he was the one telling them, I need you to do this. You stay here. You stop doing like this. Like, stop behaving as if you have leprosy. You do like this, do like this. He was the one. He gave the players, was like, I'm going to be unselfish for this team. Gerard Piqué is one of the highest scoring defenders of all time, just in case, but like, there were several times, only when Barcelona was in trouble, you see Gerard Piqué go to the front and participate in set pieces. You understand? He was able, but like, for the most part of his career, he was like, I need Barcelona to be solid at the back. The only way we are going to be solid at the back with having so many creative players is if I set a foundation. If you remember in those days, despite Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Messi, Eto'o, Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry, all of them rushing to the front. You know who used to rush to the front to them? Dani Alves also. He will leave the back and go to the front. Piqué will say, don't worry. Go. I'm here. There's nothing. I'm here. Was that calming presence?
Where was it in 2012?
Is 2012 the only year of his career? Are you stupid?
That question I ask now. That question I ask you, well,
So, like, when you do that for over a 13-year period, since he returned in 2008 till he left, like, that was the foundation in which Barcelona were able to win 4 Champions League titles and 8 league titles, if I'm correct. Yeah, 8 league titles. That is a legacy. I'm not even talking about what he did with the Spanish national team. That is how you cement yourself as a top 3 greatest defender in football history.
All right.
Tell you more. You always let this guy get away with lots of things on this show, and at this point, I'm tired of. How can Tosin sit here and say that Gerard Piqué was the foundation of his Spain defense that had Carles Puyol and Sergio Ramos in their peak? How is Gerard Piqué the foundation of a defense that had Ramos and Puyol? Not only foundation, now decking. Say Gerard Piqué's legacy is at the back. Everybody is attacking. Look, I'm going to look for the nicest way to say this. Gerard Piqué and John Terry are not even. They don't even eat at the same table. That they are not in the same universe. They're not in the same stratosphere. The only way Gerard Piqué can be at John Terry's table is if he's serving food at that table. He's the waiter, and John Terry is the guest of honor. That's the only way I see it working. John Terry, like, what is Terry's legacy? Captain, leader, legend. Those words, everybody uses them here in football. Who did they first use it for? Who is the original captain, leader, legend? It's not John Terry. What's Gerard Piqué's legacy? Shakira, it's no lie. Look, Dawson is a very unserious person. I didn't put it to start biting him on this set. When he says rubbish, hear him and bite him.
No, I bet you can bite him.
No, I'm too far.
If
I was once sitting here,
I'll have situation with you. I can have situation with you. When they tell me say we'll go after you, to show me dictionary.
Wow. What's the first syllable of that one?
That's why I thought say if you want bite, I'm like.
No, I think I've been very, very clear. Gerard Piqué obviously is a good defender. I don't think anybody's making a list of top 10 center backs in history and putting Gerard Piqué there. And if you do, let us know your address so that the police can find you before your mental issues develop into Tosin's level. Because at the end of the day, it's John Terry, yo. It's Gerard Piqué greater than Gary Kay.
I give me.
No.
Now I'm supposed to take the last verse for this.
It's Gerard Piqué. How many Piqué? I don't even think I can outrightly say Piqué is better than David. How many Piqué use pass than David? If I thought he pass, can Gerard Piqué talk when Thiago Silva is talking? Like, I'm not even joking now. Like, it's Gerard Piqué and Thiago Silva. Are they mates?
Who is it, Thiago Silva?
Are they mates? Is Gerard Piqué? I don't even stop calling those ones. Piqué, why did Piqué leave Man United?
Wait.
Why? Because they're not rating Papa. Who was playing ahead of him? They literally went to sign Vidic. Vidic was signed for Spartak Moscow. It's not like Vidic was coming as a Ballon d'Or winner.
They brought Village from Spartak Moscow to come and play because they look at this tall, mannequin-looking motherfucker and say, "This you are not, you cannot do the job that I want to do." They brought Pique. He cannot play ahead of Village, cannot play ahead of Ferdinand. Those two are already ahead of him in legacy conversations. Does Gerard Pique touch Reggie Van Dijk? That's already 3. Does Gerard Pique touch Thiago Silva? That's 4. I'm not going to dignify you by attending to John Terry. I will call John Terry's children to undo Gerard Pique, since we want to be on serious. Does Gerard Pique touch either Pepe or Sergio Ramos?
Now,
Does Gerard Pique...
we are going to have a third take.
How many Gerard Pique take past Diego Godin? These are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves. Is Gerard Pique better than Leonardo Bonucci? Is he better than Giorgio Chiellini? When I'm asking you these questions, you will start answering me. The people that I cannot tell you for a fact, I know for a fact that Pique is better than. Pique is better than Fikayo Tomori. Gerard Pique, he clears Tosin and Abiyoyo on any day.
By their shit.
Any day. Disasi. By that shit. Pique better pass all those. I'm not even going to argue.
Euro.
But if you want to call the greats, I will need to understand your mental health. Is Gerard Pique better than Rafael Varane? All this time I'm saying I'm not trolling you. If you think I'm trolling, I swear to God, because I joke a lot. If you think I'm trolling right now, I am not. Is Gerard Pique better than Gary Cahill, David Luiz, Rafael Varane, Chiellini, Bonucci, even Bazagli? All of these guys who Pique better pass. I'm not even going to now go to the Cannavaros, the Turams of this world, the absolute legend. My final summation on this is, I believe in freedom of expression. I also believe that everybody has the right to do anything they want, including being a mad person. But even if you want mad, craze with limits.
Just crazy limits.
Yeah, craze reasonably. You cannot be crazy to the point of thinking that Gerard Pique is as good as John Terry was. Not only as good, that he's not even better than John Terry. He said Terry is a Premier League great. Pique is a world great. Not the only world great. What did Pique do outside La Liga? What did Pique do outside Barcelona? Pique that, since I've watched football in my entire life, up until Terry's final season, he played literally every game. 2017 when we won their last league title, Terry played every game. Barcelona fans for the last 5 years of Pique's career, if any time you see Pique, I want to start with play. Say how I'm going to play. So why they start this fool? That's the kind of complaint they were complaining. What are we doing here now? Be talking to this guy. Be talking to him. Or be talking to the people that are paying him. They should, even if they stop paying him, whether he has it. Pique, don't tell him.
Well, we've heard from...
Pique better than Ekong. No.
Make I do
I won't say anything because
Pique do that Yobo do not do.
Girls. I think we will do a third take.
Make I just stand up, make now continue the argument.
The Obabona, I don't know if you watch Obabona. Obabona in 2013, Obabona was special in 2013.
I'm giving my outro, so anything that is happening here is
2013, 2014 Obabona. Pick a good passer. If you want to keep it to that period, Azubikwe Egwekwe, he played for FC Fiber. Yes, Pique is better. But by how many?
the show is over. the show is over.
By next episode, I will have a list of 100 defenders that are better than Pique. For now, just manage this 55 and of course.